You're a longtime foodie. Why? How did this all come about? Were you always in the kitchen?
The other side of the family.
The Sephardic side.
Yes. I was the weakest and the nerdiest of 5 grandchildren of my maternal grandmother, who was, of course, born in Israel, but was half Tunisian and half Sephardi. And she always protected me. My grandmother, as it was put to us, she wasn't living with us, we were living with her. And you would assume that I would say that she introduced me to the kitchen. No. With Sephardi family, men in the kitchen bring only 2 things, dirt and bad luck. She never let me into the kitchen. Never, ever, not even once. The day she died, when I was 20 years old, I started cooking just to remember her flavor.
Wow, which is so beautiful. I mean, listen, culturally, food is so important. But growing up in Jerusalem, I mean, tell me about how, your style. I mean, your book is Candies from Heaven. You're a longtime, critic. I mean, this is nothing new to write a book and to write articles. But you tell it in a narrative form. Why, for you, is that the most interesting way to, celebrate food?
This book is a part of a trilogy. I wrote the Jerusalem trilogy. It's all about my family and growing up in Jerusalem. For me, remembering is remembering a taste. It's like the Madeleine cookie, really. You put it in your mouth and immediately you remember an era. And for me, this Jerusalem of the 60s and 70s that is no longer with us, it may be for the good or for the bad, but Jerusalem has changed. I wanted to remember it. I wanted to hold on to it and to the people that I loved that lived in that Jerusalem. So each and every story, usually these are funny stories, but every story ends with almost a primitive recipe of what we ate when the story occurred.
Wow.
So actually this genre is called a foudoir because it's a memoir but combined with food.
That you could take in the boudoir. We had a boudoir segment a few weeks ago. That's why I just say these words.
It's very
So what do you remember?
Yes.
Now the smells and the tastes. Like what is it that you remember from the 60s and 70s and how it differs from today?
Everything was much more simple.
More oil.
None of us
more oil.
No shame about oil. None of us believed in sushi. We did not eat sushi. I still don't eat sushi, and food was red, food was brown, food was with a lot of gravy and sauce. Food was very simple. It wasn't Instagram food. It wasn't, food with flowers and, transparent. And, no, it was real.
It was hearty food. Listen, I have a Sephardic mother-in-law. I mean, every week she's making Shabbat dinner, and it's like every week is Thanksgiving. It's a lot of beans, it's a lot of this, but I mean, it is so much. It tells the story of the history of the Jewish people. I mean, food is, a common language that goes back so far to the birthright with Esau and Jacob and the lentils.
Yes, and I think that this is why, Israeli food is having its moment right now. Actually, it's having its decade right now all over the world, because there's something very Israeli about it. It's very direct, it's very live, it's almost obnoxious,
Impatient.
just like we are, which is very good. It's nice and it's real. It touches life.
Amazing. So tell us where people could get your book. I know it's been translated in English, so it's on Amazon.
It's in English, it's on Amazon, and it's all about what it is to be in Jerusalem as a frail little boy of very, very eccentric people.
And by the way, you are not a frail boy at all. You're a rock star. You're a rock star.
Stop it, I love it. Stop it, go on.
Wow, I know. We're going to keep belling over you. Anyway, thank you so much. It was really so nice to meet you. I would love to continue this conversation at another time as soon as I get through the book, and maybe I'll actually learn to enjoy the kitchen.
And you'll cook it
I'm an American princess, so the kitchen, not my favorite place to be. Don't know what to do with it.